What you're about to hear is one of the most unbelievably true crime stories I've ever come across. No guns were fired. No one got away. And the most clueless person in the whole operation never even walked inside the building. Stay with me, because this one is wild. Daniel had one job. He wasn't the brains. He wasn't the muscle. He was the wheelman, the getaway driver. His crew of three had spent 6 weeks planning what they called a quick in and out at a mid-size regional bank on a Tuesday morning. Daniel would park in the loading zone 2 doors down, keep the engine running, and the moment his boys came sprinting out the door, he'd punch it. Simple, clean, foolproof. Except Daniel had one small problem. He'd never actually been inside the bank before. He didn't know the layout. He didn't know the staff. He didn't even know exactly how long it was supposed to take. So when his crew told him, "Give us about 20 minutes, Daniel nodded, parked the car, turned up the radio, and waited. 20 minutes passed. Then 30. Daniel cracked his knuckles, checked his phone, turned the radio down, turned it back up. He told himself they probably hit a snag. Maybe a long line. Could happen. At the 45-minute mark, a police cruiser rolled slowly down the block. Daniel held his breath. The cruiser passed without stopping. He exhaled. He told himself that was fine. Totally fine. The cops were clearly not alarmed, which meant his boys were still in there, handling business. By the time an hour had gone by, Daniel had eaten an entire gas station sandwich he found in the glove compartment, made 3 laps around the block to stretch his legs, and convinced himself he was the most patient getaway driver in criminal history. By hour 2, Daniel started to get creative with his excuses. Maybe they took hostages. That adds time. Maybe the vault was on a time delay. That's definitely a thing. By hour 3, he'd Googled how long does a bank robbery take on his phone, a decision that would later become Exhibit A in the prosecution's case. By hour 4, Daniel finally did what he probably should have done 3 hours and 59 minutes earlier. He walked into the bank. He stood in the lobby, looked around. There were tellers at their windows, a security guard sipping coffee, customers calmly depositing checks. Not a single sign of chaos, drama, or his crew. He walked up to a teller, a young woman named Brenda, and asked in all seriousness, "Did anything happen here earlier today?" Brenda blinked. "Sir, there was an attempted robbery this morning. The police came. It was over in about 8 minutes. Are you okay?" Here is what Daniel did not know. The robbery had failed within the first 8 minutes. One of his crew members had tripped over a rope barrier, knocked over a display stand, and panicked. All 3 had scattered in different directions. 2 were caught immediately. The 3rd had run directly into a police officer who was on his lunch break at the deli next door. The whole thing had collapsed before Daniel even finished his first song on the radio. Police had reviewed the bank's exterior cameras, spotted a blue sedan parked nearby, and had been watching it on and off for hours, baffled at why the driver hadn't left. When Daniel walked into the bank and started asking questions, a silent alarm was triggered by Brenda pressing a button under her desk. He was arrested in the parking lot, mid-walk back to his car, still apparently unsure what had gone wrong. 4 hours. The man sat outside for 4 hours. He Googled the crime he was participating in. He walked into the bank and asked. And somehow, in all of that time, it never once occurred to him to just drive away. Sometimes the most dangerous person in a heist isn't the one with the plan, it's the one who has no idea the plan is already over. If this story got you, hit that like, drop a comment, and follow, because I've got 109 more of these. And trust me, it only gets wilder from here.